Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been literally forever since I last posted, but I am so excited to finally be able to sit down with you guys and share a tutorial, the long-awaited tutorial. I have been waiting for this day for such a long time. I've been missing my YouTube fam and just like filming, like I've been filming a lot of advertising stuff and a lot of stuff for brands, and I haven't really been able to focus on my personal content, but I am back. I'm excited, and I hope you guys are too. Since I am hopefully back on a filming schedule, of course I already have videos lined up, but if you want to request any tutorial, please drop that down below and I will mix it into the other videos. As you could tell by the thumbnail for this video, I'm going to be doing a very bright, kind of like 80s retro and styled makeup, and I would like to thank BH Cosmetics for sending me the products that we are going to be using today. It was gifted in PR. This is not a sponsored video, and I will be sharing my first impressions of these eyeshadow palettes that we're going to be using, and it is a new collection from BH Cosmetics, their REMIX collection. It's amazing. I love it so much. Being an 80s girl and like loving the music and everything and the fashion. Oh my goodness, this collection brings me so much joy, and the brushes I'm also going to be using, like, this is gorgeous. If you enjoyed today's video, I would love it if you gave it a thumbs up, and also if you are not already a part of our family, please subscribe. We'd love to have you, and you can also check out all of my other work on all of the socials under the handle Kyah even MUA. Like I said earlier in today's video, a lot of these products are gifted in PR, but I also will be sharing all of my affiliate codes down below in the description box, so if you would like to support a small creator, I would love it if you would shop those affiliate links. I do make a small commission off of those, of course, and there's no pressure. You don't have to use my codes. But if you enjoy shopping and you want to treat yourself to some makeup, or for Mother's Day, you can save some money. All right, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a full face tutorial today. It's gonna be awesome. I haven't done a full face for you guys in a really long time. I feel like I haven't done anything in a really long time, but it's all good. I'm not gonna go too in depth like through the steps of what I'm doing for my face. I'm mostly going to be walking you guys through the eye look, but of course, I don't like to leave you guys out of things, so of course I'm going to be sharing what products I'm using. So I'm going to start off with the Milani Peach Glass Skin Primer. I've been loving this. This is from their new collection. This is also gifted, of course. But this primer is so nice. It's really moisturizing as well, and it just feels really gentle on the skin and does give you a really nice natural glow. So I've been taking a much needed break from social media. Number one, I mean, I've been really busy doing a lot of stuff with brands, which has been amazing. I've been so thankful for all the doors that God has been opening up for me. But also, to be completely honest, Instagram has been really draining on me lately, and it just hasn't been a very fun platform to be on and to post on too. And it's not because I've had like a lack of motivation to create posts or anything. Like, I have so many ideas rolling around in my head and really excited to get back to creating. But being a true artist, like I talked about this I think last week on my story, about being like a true artist. It's not about like pumping out a bunch of content and just being so focused on the quantity of looks that you're sharing, but more about the quality. And I don't want to be one of those artists on Instagram that just posts every day for the sake of posting and like keeping the algorithm up, keeping my engagement up and stuff. Like, to me, there's so much more to life than to be posting on social media. So I've been taking a break, spending time with family, and also trying to brainstorm what I want my brand, like Kyah even MUA, to not only represent but also look like on social media, on Instagram. So that's where I've been. Next, I'm gonna go in with Believe Beauty's Skin Finish Foundation. Foundation, I'm just going to spot conceal first because as you can tell, I do have some blemishes, so I'm going to cover those up super quick. And I'm not going to be too concerned about coverage. Lately, I've been enjoying a really light coverage. Of course, like obviously you can still see, but when I put the foundation all over my face, it's going to add some more coverage. But I just want something that's not super heavy and still breathable. While I was letting that first layer of foundation dry, I went on Instagram and I just saw an influencer doing like a tutorial using this palette. I don't know what the brand was. I had never heard of it. But it was like shade for shade identical to the Urban Decay Ultraviolet palette. And that just gets to me. Okay, so now I'm going to be going back in with a second layer of my foundation, just adding a few more drops to my entire face. And then I'm going to be using this flat foundation brush from the BH Cosmetics. I think it's like REMIX Dance. REMIX Dance Brush Beat brush set. So this is a 10-piece set and it retails for $28 and it also comes with a really cute like glittery bag. Again, this is unsponsored. Just saying. Not only do I love these brushes because they're sparkly, but also because they blend out your makeup really nicely. A couple months ago, I would only use a sponge to blend out my foundation, but I decided to give brushes another try when Joanne Beauty, she sent me her brush set and it was unbelievable. So gorgeous. Would highly recommend checking her page out. I will link it down below. But now I just use like all brushes all the time. I mean, I'll use like a smaller sponge like you saw to do like underneath my eyes. Sometimes I'll use the brush for that as well. But, you know, just whatever I'm feeling for that day. I'm so happy because I did some self-tan last week. And I was finally, after like 2 years, able to go down a shade of foundation. Like, why is using a deeper shade of foundation like giving me so much life? I'm like, I'm finally tan. It's fake, but I'm tan. Oh, also don't mind that I have this nice little eyeliner swatch on my hand. Makeup artist hands are always dirty. Okay, that is blended out. And I always like to set my eyelids before I go in with concealer underneath my eyes. So I'm going to do that really quick. And to set my face, well, my under eyes first, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Translucent Setting Powder. And this brush is a little bit too big, but we're gonna make it work. These brushes are really soft too. I think they're synthetic. For concealer, I'm going to be picking up the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Concealer. This one, I've gotta say, is not my favorite concealer. It seems to oxidize pretty quickly. But that's just my own personal opinion. But it works pretty well in my opinion. You just have to blend it out pretty quickly. I'm also gonna go in if I see any spots that need a little extra coverage. I'm gonna go over top with some of that concealer. Also, do you guys like our new little setup? Here I'm using like a really light beige background and my colored little lights. I'm also going to be doing a video very soon. I know so many people have requested it and it's coming, trust me, I promise. But I'm going to be sharing with you guys like what my film setup is and also how I edit my videos plus my photos, so stay tuned. So I'm just plugging in that translucent powder underneath my eyes. I put it on my smile lines because, as you guys know, I smile a lot. I'm very giggly. And even though I said it and I have tried it so many different tricks on how to not make your foundation crease in your smile lines, it doesn't work. My smile lines are that deep. But I also add it to the middle of my forehead. Then I'm gonna get a little bit extra. And then I bake also like underneath my cheekbones. Just to make them a little bit more defined. More news. I'm also bringing back weekly vlogs, so that is also starting this week. This is gonna be, hopefully, please Lord, a very productive week, so getting super pumped. I'm also going to go in and set the rest of my face with the Revlon Color Stay setting powder. This is probably one of my favorite, I almost dropped it, drugstore setting powders. It doesn't make your face look cakey or really powdery and dry. It's so fine too, so even if you have like some texture on your skin, I feel like it just blurs it so well. As I'm filming this tutorial, I'm doing an Instagram tutorial as well, and I forgot how hard it was to do 2 things at once. And to think I used to do YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok all at the same time. I was a little nuts. Do I have any viewers out there that are almost done with school? How are you guys doing? What's up? Are you excited for summer and the end of the year? My mom works at a school, actually, it's the high school that I went to. And around this time of year, like I'm always hearing like all of her stories about like all the seniors that she's close to. And I always like look back to my senior year and how fun it was. And I'm thinking of you guys. I know it's really hard. I know it can be really stressful and challenging, but you guys are almost there and doing an incredible job. So just press on. And also just cherish these moments like with your friends. I'm still good friends with quite a few people from high school. And I hope that goes for you guys too. Those friendships can last a lifetime and they're just so precious. So cherish these moments, create a lot of memories, try new things, be smart, but just have a lot of fun. Okay, so for bronzer and blush, I'm picking up the LA Girl Cosmetics Island Hottie Blush Palette. There's actually a shade in here that's a little bit more brown, so I'm going to be using that to bronze my face. And I need to pick up another brush. These colors are a little bit rosy in this palette, or like very peachy, as you can tell, like I just showed you. So I don't use this all the time, but I just feel for the sake of the video, it's nice to just use one palette instead of like a bunch of tiny little compacts. Just keep it simple. Oh, my dog is getting a drink of water. Does anyone just get like so happy when they hear their dog like eating or drinking and you're just like, oh, so cute. Okay, so now for blush, I think I'm going to mix both like this light mauve pink with this corally color. Hopefully it doesn't make me look too orange. No, I think that's actually really cute. Space girl vibes. E-girl. Is my camera still working? The screen just got like super dark. Okay, I think we're back. The screen on my camera got super dark, so I'm like, you okay? You still working? And then for highlight, since I'm going to be doing something kind of like 80s and 90s inspired, I'm going to be picking up the Pop Beauty. This is their Prismatic Pop highlighter in ultraviolet light. This has a really gorgeous lavender shift to it. It's so pretty. Definitely a fun highlighter, not an everyday sort of a shade, but it's super fun to use. Like, oh, gorgeous. I love the pigmentation in this too. Like, it looks a little intense at first, but when the light hits it, it's so pretty. You know, I'm gonna add some to my décolleté. It's so fun to say. I wish I knew another language, like so bad. I'm actually part German on my dad's side, and I would love to learn German or French or Hebrew, Spanish. Sure, that's good. So for brows, I'm going to be picking up the Morphe Brow Cream. I use the shade Hazelnut, and I'm going to be doing my brows off camera super quick, but a brow tutorial will be coming soon, probably on Instagram in a reel, so stay tuned for that as well. So let me draw these bad boys on super fast. All right, brows are done. I also added some clear brow gel from Morphe to make them a little bit fluffier. And so now moving on to eyes, like I said, I'm going to be picking up the new palettes from BH Cosmetics. I'm obsessed with these. So in this collection, they have 3 palettes. All of them are sold for $18. Smoking deal, I've gotta say. So they are inspired by the decades, of course. So you got an 80s palette, a 90s palette, and a 2000s. Love it. In each of these palettes, you are going to be getting 15 shades. And let me just show you the pan size. Look at that. Amazing. I actually used the 90s palette yesterday for my church makeup. I used the neutrals in this palette. And what I love about BH Cosmetics, so of course they are a more affordable brand. And the matte shadows blended so smoothly. It was just like so effortless and so perfect. And I just love them so much. And they have an amazing pigmentation. And also I used this shade, Be My Lover. Also, all of these shades, they're named after songs from that decade, which is like, yes, 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 yes. So I used this shade. It is a really pretty, like, neutral, kind of like a taupey beige metallic color, and just spraying a flat shading brush with just 1 spray of setting spray just to dampen that brush and intensify the metallic shadow. It was gorgeous. It's like this color, it's like they scooped up some stars from heaven, mashed it into a pan, and this is what you get. It's gorgeous. All right, so zooming you guys in, I'm going to start off with the 80s palette, and I'm going to be diving into the shade In the Groove, this really gorgeous neon yellow. And I'm going to be picking that up on a fluffy blending brush from their brush collection. So I'm just going to plug that into the inner half of my crease and then begin to blend that. See, look, the pigmentation is insane. Usually yellow is the weakest color, but oh my goodness. Wow. Yes. I love it. I love it so much. So I went a little further past the halfway point, but that's okay. Usually yellows are like really hard to do on my eyes because it blends in so well with my natural skin tone. Can you see it on camera? I hope so. In person it's like in your face, neon yellow. But like I was saying, like anytime I use yellow shadows, it just blends in. And then when I take my pictures, you can barely see it. But this makes me so happy. And they come with 2 blending brushes in this collection. So I'm going to be picking up the smaller brush and using the shade Love Shack in the 80s palette. So this gorgeous pink right here, that's like Barbie pink. It's so pretty. And then I'm going to blend that out the same way I did the yellow on the second half. First, I'm going to kind of push that color. Oh. I'm sorry, I'm loving this. Okay, sorry about that. I had to replace the battery, but it's still saying I have 1 minute. That's really weird. Okay. So, I will say that pink does have a tiny bit of fallout, but not a ton. So now I'm just starting to blend that out. I hope you can still see. Since I haven't done this in such a long time, I'm having to like relearn what I have to do to film. Okay, so I like to blend out my shadows up towards my brow, of course, and then kind of create like a winged, smoked out sort of a shape. But that is totally up to you. I like to kind of make my eyes look more lifted as well, since I do have slightly hooded eyes, but that is just my own personal preference. And then of course doing the same thing to the other side, just pressing that shadow right into my crease first to make sure that I'm getting lots of pigmentation. And I also don't want to blend it too much into the yellow and make it look muddy. I want you to clearly be able to see every single color. I love using pink eyeshadow so much. I know I mention it all the time. I never get tired of it. And then now I'm picking up the blending brush that I used for the yellow and dipping into that color again and plugging that into my lower lash line. Again, the inner corner half, and then I'm going to be putting the pink on the lower lash line on the outer corner half. Keep reminding myself, like, don't put the mirror right here. Do it lower so that everyone can see what you're doing. Again, it's just retraining myself to do it automatically because it's just so natural, you know. If you're more comfortable using a smaller brush for your lower lash line, of course, that is okay. Do whatever you're familiar with. It's a cute little like pink lemon. Let's do that again. It's a really cute pink lemonade moment. Now to add some more depth and definition, do I want that one or this shade? Yeah, I'm going to be picking up the 2000s palette and using this deep purple shade, Don't Ya? And I'm going to be picking up this flat shading brush. This would actually, if you're a makeup newbie, be like the perfect brush for your lower lash line, but I'm going to be using it to create some like detail crease work, and then of course using it on my lower lash line as well. I'm beginning to realize there are a lot of followers like on YouTube and also on Instagram that have been requesting like makeup 101 type stuff. So if you have any questions down below, like you can put those in there as well, because I will be doing like a makeup basics sort of a video very soon too. So if you have questions about application or different types of brushes or like literally anything, please share that with me. I would be happy to cover that in the Makeup 101 series. So I'm going to do sort of a, it's kind of leaning towards a graphic liner, but I'm going to be doing like a cut crease as well. So just bear with me. So first I'm going to push that purple in right on my outer corner, like on the upper lash line. And then starting to drag that out to create a liner. And then I'm going to begin by adding it to my crease as well. I'm kind of creating some negative space. I'm going to be doing a cut crease and adding a shadow right on my lid. But this was kind of the idea, and I'm not going to blend out that purple too much. And I'm also going to be focusing that purple on the outer half, so not blending it into the yellow too much. And then adding that same violet shade to my lower lash line just on the pink. Okay, changed my mind, not gonna do a cut crease, but I am going to pick up that 2000s palette again and use the shade Kyah. This really light, kind of like an off-white color, and cancel out some of those shades on my lid just to create more of a blank canvas so that the color we put on top really pops. So you can just pick up a flat shading brush. This one is a little bit fluffier. And just put that whitish color over top just to make sure the color that we place on the lid really pops. You guys, I have a tattoo consultation on Wednesday. I'm so excited. It's gonna be my first tattoo I can't really contain my excitement or express just how ecstatic I am. So happy. It's finally coming together. Okay, now using that same brush, I'm going to be dipping into the 90s palette now and using the shade Genie, this gorgeous like seafoam minty shade. So you can already tell that because we put that white down, the shade is really going to pop up against those other vibrant neons. I love mixing pastels with neons so much. They just complement each other so well. This is kind of reminding me of something, actually, but I can't like put my finger on it. It's kind of like Lisa Frank. Kind of a little bit Lizzie McGuire. It's like nostalgia, you know, like reminding me of everything I loved about my childhood. Now I'm going to go back in with that deep purple again and just clean up any areas where it looks just a little bit too blended or a little bit muddy. I just really want to make sure all of these shades look really polished. Yes, yes, so much yes. Now time for our inner corner highlight. Let's see. I love this pure white metallic right here called Glam. Is it focusing? I have no idea. I can't tell. So I think I'm going to pick that one up on a super tiny, almost broke something, just on a super tiny shading brush. And then I'm going to pick up the highlighter that I used for my face and use that to highlight my brow bone. Never mind. This is the shade that is like stars, crushed up, put into a makeup pan, and shared with the world. Now on to mascara and lashes. For mascara, I'm going to be using the Morphe Make It Big mascara. This is probably my favorite mascara at the moment. It's amazing. Love it so much. Gives like a really nice amount of volume. And I don't really care that much as far as like length for lashes because I always wear false lashes. But it really like separates your lashes really nicely and gives you a lot of volume. And then for falsies, I'm going to be picking up the True Beauty lashes in the style As You Were Saying. Love these so much, very wispy, and also has a lot of volume too. That's what we're going for today. That's what we're all about. And lastly, our very last step in this tutorial, I'm actually kind of sad. Why am I sad? There will be many more videos, Kyah. Don't be sad. For lips, I'm going to be picking up the Revlon Color Stay Satin Ink lip color. This is in the shade, if I can find it, Fire and Ice. Alright, you guys, so this is the finished look. Alright, lovelies, that is all I have for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and want to try out this look. I think it's super fun. I love all the colors. I feel like they complement each other so nicely. It's just really fun just to experiment with different colors and different makeup looks. So I hope this video inspired you and you are ready to sit down and do some makeup. I will be linking all of the products that I used today down below in the description box. And of course, as always, if you have any questions, make sure you drop those down below as well. Thank you all so much for watching. And if you are new here and did hit that subscribe button, thank you so much for joining our family. So excited to have you. I hope you all have an abundantly blessed week. Love you guys so much. Bye.